Hi, am I on the air?
Yep.
Fuck.
Thanks.
Do I have everybody's attention now? Do I have everybody's attention now?
Don, I got you.
Do I have everybody's
Sunday
attention
night.
now?
You put them cameras on me, then you must be willing to get that heart touch. This a must-see feeling. The news ain't good, then it must be villain. So I say a tag grounded, I don't trust these ceilings. Spread across your nose, and I'm on your ear. Highest necks on the cloud. Am I in the air? Sunday nights, prime time. I flex my better. Voltron transform to DX Don. Mega and off-scene. You probably think I'm nice, cause I slow like a stream to your wireless device. And the smoke full of steam on any given night. How short like a piece of any given slice. And for the latest and what is best about, I tune in and tune the rest out. Don, you gotta tell them, am I in the clear? Is this thing on? Am I on the air? On the air.
Hi, am I on the air?
What's up? Yeah, that's right. Welcome everybody to the latest episode of Am I on the Air? I am your host, Don Mega, and I welcome you to the show. It is Monday, March the 18th. That's right, 2019. And it's season 18, episode 9. And tonight's show is titled, Oh Happy Day. Oh, happy day. That's right. This is Am I on the Air? This is your one-stop shop for all the latest and greatest in entertainment news. When it comes down to it and you want to know what's going on, television news, what TV shows are coming and going, who's going to do what, movies, who's coming and going, who's going to do what, reviews, this is the spot. This is where you come to. And I'm so happy that you've joined me here. So sit back, relax for about the next 40 minutes or so as I get you caught up to speed on everything going down in the last week's worth of entertainment news. Now, if you would always like to follow along and catch up with the news as it drops, make sure you follow us on social media. Best way is our Twitter. Our Twitter page is at Am I on the Air. News is updated every single day, and you'll always know what's going on as it drops. Facebook page is great as well too. Facebook.com/Am I on the Air. Make sure you follow along with those social medias so you know what's going down with it throughout the week, and then you can come and catch up with me once a week, every Monday, as we get through it. So let's get into some quick reviews. Now, from a theatrical standpoint, I usually have some big theatrical movie to talk about. Now, last week, our episode was Higher, Further, Faster. We talked about Captain Marvel. I saw it twice last weekend, and it was fantastic. But we already talked about that. This past weekend, it was kind of a blah weekend at the box office. The only big new releases was an alien invasion movie called Captive State, which just looked pretty generic and pretty bad, to be honest. And the new animated film Wonder Park, which I almost went to go see. My daughter said she wanted to see it, and then when it kind of came down to it, this weekend hit, I brought it up a couple times, and she was just kind of like, yeah, I want to see it, but never really pushed me, never really asked to go, so I didn't push it, because I could care less, so we didn't end up going to see it, but it gave me some time to catch up on a couple things over the weekend, and I have some, a handful of quick, really, catch-up kind of reviews to go with you guys. Now, the first new one I'm going to get into is actually a Netflix movie. Now, Netflix does original new movies all the time, and sometimes they're good and sometimes they're not so good. I'm happy to say that this one's good. I am talking about Triple Frontier. Triple Frontier is a new action movie that just came out over the weekend on Netflix, and it was star-studded. It stars Ben Affleck, Oscar Isaac, Garrett Hedlund, Pedro Pascal, and Charlie Hunnam. Really, really great cast, and I actually loved all of them in this role. Oscar Isaac is a military who is staking out a drug lord down in Brazil. He wants to go bust this guy, but he's having trouble with his unit, so he actually goes back to the States and recruits his old team, which is Affleck and all them. He says, hey, come help me with this job, and I'll give you guys a quick couple bucks. So they go down, they pull off the job that they're intended to do, and then Oscar Isaac tells them basically, you know what? This guy's house, he has a ton of money stashed in his house, and we could probably get about 75 mil if we take him down. It'd be a quick cash grab. These guys are ex-military that are kind of hard on their luck, don't have a lot of money thrown around, so they decide, all right, cool, fuck it, let's do it. And they go and they rob this drug lord of his millions, and there's a lot more than 75 million, and the movie becomes basically this whole run and take the money kind of job. The cartel is after them, and can they make it to safety with all the money intact? I had been looking so forward to this film since I saw the trailer. I just thought it looked phenomenal, and for it being a Netflix movie, I was like, wow, okay, let's do it. And I'm happy to say it's an excellent movie. I had a blast with it. This is totally something I would have gone to the movie theater to see, and all I can do is sit and really recommend it to you guys at home, that if you have a couple hours, pop on Netflix and watch Triple Frontier. I think you'll really, really enjoy it. Great acting, great ensemble, good action. I really enjoyed this thing. I was enthralled from start to finish, and I hope they make a sequel. So, if I was to give stars to Netflix movies, I would totally give Triple Frontier 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was super, super solid. Now, so that's the new one. And then I got caught up on a couple things from the last couple months that I missed in the theaters. I'm going to start with Happy Death Day to You. And I'm going to preface this by saying I actually really enjoyed Happy Death Day. I think that movie is a ton of fun. If you've seen the trailer, you know what it is. It's like Groundhog's Day in a horror movie. She keeps getting murdered by this dude in a baby mask, and every day she has to repeat until she figures out who the killer is. In Happy Death Day to You, it's more of a comedy than anything else. And the sad thing is, it's not funny. This movie blew pretty hard. It was actually a struggle to get through. I felt like, why are they doing this? This is an unnecessary sequel. It's not even really about her getting killed anymore. One of the characters from the first movie creates this like machine that almost like starts separate dimensions, so she ends up going into this other dimension where she's back in her time loop again, and it's not even really about the baby doll mask killer. It's all over the damn place. This movie struggles to figure out what the hell it is, and I did not have a good time with Happy Death Day to You. I cannot recommend this movie pretty much at all. It was a major, major letdown. So, if you're looking for a repeat of the fun of what the first movie gave you, don't go looking for it in the sequel, because it's going to just let you down. So, I would give 2 stars to Happy Death Day to You. Then there was another little horror movie that came out a couple months ago that I actually heard a lot of positive reviews on. It's called Hellfest. Hellfest basically takes place during Halloween weekend, where, every town kind of has like something that they kind of redo in a horror theme, so as you're walking around, people jump out and they scare you, and there's a lot of haunted houses you walk through and stuff like that. That's what this movie is. Basically, it's 80 minutes. It's very short and sweet, to the point. It's about this little, Halloween kind of place you go to, and a lot of these kids just start getting murdered. I'm going to tell you, this movie sucked balls. It was so bad. I don't know what anybody was thinking that liked this movie, because there's nothing to like about this movie. The cast of high schoolers or kids or whoever you're supposed to be following in this movie suck. They all suck. You're not even remotely interested in any of them. And then the killer has nothing to do with anything else in the movie. It's literally just a random dude that walks into this park and starts killing people. So you have no investment into the killer and no investment into the characters, so you really give no shits when people start getting murdered, and this movie just blows. I would give 1 out of 5 stars to Hellfest. Sucks. 1 out of 5. So it was kind of off to a rocky start this weekend, man. Like 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5. And then I watched Isn't It Romantic? Isn't It Romantic just came out last month with Rebel Wilson, where basically she hates romantic comedies, right? She ends up bunking her head and she wakes up in the hospital basically inside of a romantic comedy. Her life has become a romantic comedy. So she is trying to figure out what's going on as her life unfolds around her as a stereotypical rom-com. And I have to say, I thought the trailers looked cute, but I didn't really expect very much out of it. I laughed my ass off at this movie. I thought it was super endearing. I loved all the rom-com tropes that they go through. Rebel Wilson is great in this movie. Liam Hemsworth. There's just the supporting cast was really solid. Priyanka Chopra. I loved it. I really did love it. When the movie ended, I was like, wow, I really got a kick out of that thing. So I recommend Isn't It Romantic? I think you should check it out and just have a good laugh, have a fun time. I would definitely sit down and watch this movie again for sure. So I'd probably give this movie 3.5 out of 5 stars. Pleasant surprise. And last one I'm going to throw out here is actually a movie I watched a couple weeks ago on demand. It's a newer movie called Ride that stars Bella Thorne, and she and what is it? Raymond? No, not Raymond. Usher, something Usher. He was in Independence Day Resurgence, and he's going to be in the new Shaft movie. They're the two main stars. He's like an Uber driver. He picks up this really weird dude. Actually, he picks up Bella Thorne in the beginning, and he really makes a connection with her, and he drops her off at this bar to go drinking with her friends. She says, come on in and hang out with us. He's like, I can't. I gotta, I'm Uber driving tonight. Gotta make these rides and make this money. So he takes off, and he picks up this really weird guy who's really kind of shifty and kind of crazy, and they kind of strike up a little friendship, and he tells... As they're driving around talking, he tells about the story about how he picked up Bella Thorne earlier in the night, and they kind of had a connection. So the guy says, you know what, go pick her up. Let's have a good rest of the night. I have this party I'm going to. You could bring her with you. So he says, all right. So they pick her up. They go to this other party. But of course, the dude turns out to be this crazy psycho who has murdered people, and now he wants to take them on a ride to rob stores and do all kinds of crazy shit. This movie was just okay. I'd say 2 out of 5 stars. It was it's a short movie. I think it's only 85 minutes, something like that. If you're just really bored on a Saturday night and you have on demand, look up this movie Ride. Like I said, it was a decent, okay watch. Nothing great. I'm not going to say run out or go figure out how to find this movie. I don't even know if I think this movie hit theaters in a very limited style and then pretty much went straight to VOD. It was just barely okay. The little weird guy that they pick up, he's very odd, and I felt like they could have overpowered him at any moment. He wasn't very intimidating, other than the fact that he had a gun. So, I don't know. I just wanted to throw that one out there. I actually watched that one 3 or 4 weeks ago, and as I was just thinking about doing this little rundown of movies here, I would throw that one in too. So, Triple Frontier, big thumbs up from me, 4 out of 5 stars. Then I would roll to Isn't It Romantic with like 3.5 out of 5 stars. Really, really funny. Then I would do Ride, 2 stars. Happy Death Day to You, 2 stars. And then Hellfest, 1 star. Alright, so there's a rundown of some movies, something to kind of give you a little something. Now, I'm excited. We are going back to the movies this weekend, and I'm excited for a couple different reasons. Number one, this Friday, checking out Jordan Peele's new horror movie, Us. I think it's going to be fantastic. The early reviews are outstanding. He, of course, killed it with Get Out, and I'm looking really forward to Us. I think it looks creepy as hell. So, going to see that Friday night. And then I'm really happy to say this Saturday night, it's my birthday, March 23rd, and I've got a big birthday surprise coming. I'm going to see Shazam 2 weeks early. That's right. I'm going to see Shazam this Saturday. So when we do our next episode, I'm going to be able to talk to you guys about Us and Shazam 2 weeks before it hits theaters, which gets me really stoked. I got to do that with Aquaman back in December, and I loved it, and I can't wait to do it again with Shazam this weekend. So, happy birthday to me. So, that's just a little fast forward of what's going to go down this weekend. So, alright, there's reviews out the way. Let's shift gears and let's get through our news of the last week. In our Everything Wrong With series, we have Everything Wrong With A Star Is Born, and that's, of course, the new 2018 version, so check that out. We have the new Aladdin trailer, so check that out. You ain't never met a friend like me. I think the trailer looks really, really cool. I think that they really put to bed the haters that were coming off the teaser trailer stuff. I think it looks really good. The music sounds good. The visuals look good. I think a lot of people are starting to get on board with this one now. We have the Honest trailer for Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, so check out that Honest trailer as well. Sesame Street and Tom and Jerry movies are coming. They have been set for 2021 release dates, so get ready for that Sesame Street and Tom and Jerry movie. Now filming is The Hitman's Bodyguard sequel, which is officially titled The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. We got a first set photo of Ryan Reynolds with Samuel Jackson and Salma Hayek. So very cool. It was a fun movie, and I'm glad to see again the sequel there. Amy Adams is developing Poisonwood Bible under her new HBO First Look deal. So she will be adapting that book into a show over on HBO. Also now filming is the next Jumanji movie. That's right, Jumanji 3, tentatively titled. The band is back together in the first set photo that came out too, which pretty much looks like something straight out of the first movie. It's The Rock, Jack Black, Kevin Hart, and Karen Gillan back in their outfits, back in their characters from the game. Happy to see them coming back for that. I mean, this was almost $1 billion movie, so of course we're going to get another one. Jessica Chastain is set to develop The Honeymoon for a big screen adaptation that's based on the drama. Clayne Crawford, who of course was the man that got fired for playing the Mel Gibson role in the Lethal Weapon TV series, he's returning to television in Hulu's Into the Dark horror series. Shannon Elizabeth has been confirmed to come back for the Jay and Silent Bob reboot movie. Very happy about that. I love Shannon Elizabeth. I don't know what happened to her over the last several years, but very happy to see her returning for Jay and Silent Bob's reboot. Alan Tudyk is going to voice Lago in Disney's Aladdin live-action film. So, good old Alan Tudyk, who's always someone to call when you need a voice done, right? Greg Berlanti talks about the Batwoman pilot. He also reveals the timeline on it and says that the pilot will take place before the crossover episode happened earlier this year when you met her for the first time. So we will go backwards a bit. Netflix has announced new anime content, including Dragon's Dogma. Alison Brie and Dan Stevens are set to star in The Rental, with Dave Franco directing the film. A new series set in the Orphan Black universe is in development over at AMC. The Talisman, that's right. The Stephen King book is being adapted into a movie, and Mike Barker is set to direct The Talisman. Netflix says they're going to be doubling down on interactive series after their Black Mirror Bandersnatch episode did so well. And we'll have a little bit of news about the first Choose Your Own Adventure kind of show coming here soon. Marvel Studios is going to be producing a What If TV series adaptation for their new Disney Plus streaming service. Now, one thing to keep in mind, this What If series will be animated. So this is not going to be a live action thing set in the MCU. You're not going to see a lot of actors coming in doing anything. But it is going to be an animated show based on the comics of What If, which are just kind of one episode spun off, what happened if Wolverine didn't get adamantium in his body and got something else? How would his life have been different? So they take a character and they kind of do a what if kind of spin-off. So it'll be very interesting to see what they do with this on the Disney Plus streaming service. I'm pretty stoked. Castle in the Ground has landed Alex Wolff and Imogen Poots to star in the new crime drama. Netflix's A Christmas Prince gets a third installment. I didn't even know there was a second installment. The Disney and Fox merger is expected to close this week. I'm so happy this is finally happening. We can finally get some news going because they can't talk about anything going on in this merger until it's finalized. And once this thing is signed, sealed, and delivered this week, we can finally start getting into what's next with X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool, all this stuff coming into the MCU. I'm so excited to see what's next. It's about damn time. Michael Ealy and Mark Webber have signed up for a new film called Stumptown. That's right. Actually, it's not a film, I'm sorry, it's a TV show, which is also got Colby Smulders leading it, and it's a new dramatic pilot called Stumptown, so good additional. Michael Ealy's great in pretty much anything he does, so I think that would be pretty good casting there with Colby Smulders. Oscar Isaac says that Episode 9 is going to bring an end to the entire Skywalker saga. Ooh, baby. Sharp Objects creator hints at a possible second season of the HBO series. So yeah, my wife read the book of Sharp Objects, and I asked her, could you see a sequel being spun off? And she actually said that she could, so I guess they're not stretching too far on this one here to do that. Ian McShane says that the Hellboy reboot will surprise a lot of people, so it's already surprising me. I'm very excited. Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin are among dozens of the people charged in a case involving a nationwide college cheating scandal. That's right. Very interesting story. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Wanted to let you know that because basically these two are being fired from all their jobs that they have right now because no one wants anything to do with them, and they're probably going to go to jail. So I thought it would be worth mentioning. If you want to read more, check out the articles on our social media. Justin Kirk is joining CBS's new pilot Under the Bridge, opposite Jen Morrison. So last week's show, we talked about Finn Jones, Iron Fist himself, joining a new show called Prodigal Son over on Fox. Well, he's already been booted and kicked off the show, and they brought on The Walking Dead's Tom Payne to recast the role. Supposedly they did their first read-through with the cast, and it just did not work with Finn Jones. So, yeah, they literally booted him out and brought in Tom Payne. So, Tom Payne will now be on Fox's Prodigal Son pilot. Oh, poor Iron Fist. In not-so-shocking news, Bryan Singer has officially been kicked out as a director for the Red Sonja movie. Remember, he had signed on a while ago, and then all these allegations came out, and then people said, oh no, we're still sticking with him, he's still going to direct, we're just going to put the film on hiatus. Well, now they've come out and said, nope, he is gone, so no director for the Red Sonja project right now. Bryan Singer is out. I'm very excited about this news. They are currently filming Titan Season 2, and guess what? We got Deathstroke coming, and I'm super, super stoked. Esai Morales has signed on to play Deathstroke in Titan Season 2, and I am on board, ready for some Slade action up on Titans. An Anonymous Girl, right? That book is getting an adaptation over on the USA Network. Star Wars Celebration, yes, it's happening, and J.J. Abrams is bringing Episode 9 panel with him to this year's Star Wars Celebration, so that's when we finally probably get some news about the damn thing. Of course, we got one more season of Jessica Jones coming, and David Tennant has said he is not in the final season, and he's not returning for Jessica Jones' final season. That's nothing against the show. He had a great time doing it. He just is not a part of what turned out to be the final season. Emma Roberts, Justin Hartley, and Glenn Howerton have joined Damon Lindelof's new political action thriller called The Hunt. CBS All Access crime drama Interrogation has officially begun production. Director Destin Daniel Cretton has signed on to direct Marvel Studios' Shang-Chi movie. That's right, they are moving forward with Shang-Chi, Marvel's first superhero movie action franchise starring a lead of Asian descent, and Asian director Destin Daniel Cretton is going to be directing it. The Hitman Wife's Bodyguard has also added Antonio Banderas and Richard E. Grant to the cast. Michael Imperioli has been set for a lead in NBC's The Bone Collector pilot. That's right. Noah Hawley has revealed that Kevin Feige is asked about his Doctor Doom movie, but then nothing else happened after that. Leonardo DiCaprio's Volkswagen film has landed Edward Berger to direct the film. K-pop star IU is set to lead Netflix's Korean anthology film series Persona. We have the official synopsis for Veep's final season that you can check out. Spike Lee's Defy Bloods is rounding out its cast as it's getting ready to start production. The Many Saints of Newark has added actor John Magaro to the cast. Jane Atkinson is joining the new show Bluff City Law, along with Jimmy Smits. Juan Colette Serra is directing a remake of the classic sports drama Victory. Denzel Washington is set to star in a new crime thriller called Little Things. We'll see what ends up happening with that. Netflix has cast Mark Hamill, Rosario Dawson for The Last Kids on Earth, which looks to be a new animated series that's coming to Netflix. Sony says they have the next 7 years planned for their Marvel movies and TV shows. So they're trying to pull out something from the MCU here, for sure. We got an article up with all of the network season finales and when they're airing, so check that out if you are interested in when your when your favorite show might be wrapping up. Dumbo's first reactions are hitting. Dumbo was released in theaters next week. Early reactions have it hailed as dazzling, whimsical, and Tim Burton's best movie in years, so very, very cool there. ABC is bringing back game shows like Press Your Luck and Card Sharks. I'm excited about that. I loved Press Your Luck when I was growing up. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. It's going to be awesome. Jimmy Fallon's Wheel of Musical Impressions skit is going to be inspiring a new NBC show. That's right. In the vein of Lip Sync Battle and Carpool Karaoke, we're now going to get the Wheel of Musical Impressions. It's a funny skit that he does. I don't know how it will hold up in a full show, but we'll see. Kit Harington and Emma Stone are set to host upcoming episodes of Saturday Night Live. Hugh Jackman is set to star in the Broadway revival of The Music Man. Guess what trailer dropped out of the blue a couple days ago? Avengers End Game. That's right, this thing had like over 1 million views within like a couple hours. This trailer is so phenomenal. There's a lot of people out there, like my boy Friggins, who is like, I'm not going to watch it. I don't want anything spoiled. I keep trying to tell everybody, the Russo brothers, they don't want to spoil anything either. I just read an article earlier today with how secretive they're being and how they want marketing to be misdirecting people and how they're using footage that isn't even in the final movie to be in the trailers, just to throw people off. That they're even using CGI scenes of random shit to make people start guessing, and that's not even how the movie goes. That's how much they want it to be pure. And so far the trailers have not given away shit. And that's how I feel about this new trailer too. It gets you excited, it gives you goosebumps. You're so stoked for the movie, but after it's done, you're like, I really know nothing more about the story. I haven't learned any big thing. I still don't know what's going on. I haven't even seen Thanos. Like, they're doing a great job. So there's no reason to not watch this trailer. Believe me, they're not trying to spoil anything, and I think you'd be better off if you do check out the trailer, because it will just enhance your excitement. That's all. That's all I'm saying. If you want to see the trailer, you haven't seen it yet, go to our official webpage, amiontheair.com, click on the trailers tab, and it's right there at the top. Give it a watch. Along with that trailer dropping, they also released the official poster, which is beautiful. I have an Infinity War poster up in my office, and now I'm going to need to have this Endgame poster right next to it, because it is just as beautiful. I love it. Got to get this damn thing framed. I'm all over that one. Beautiful poster. It's up on our Instagram if you haven't seen that, and on our Facebook page. Kathleen Turner and Michael Douglas are reteaming for the Kaminsky Method. That's right, his Netflix show. They'll be doing an episode together. Brian Helgeland is set to direct Button Man adaptation for Netflix. New Line Cinema sets the Sopranos prequel film. The Many Saints of Newark is a prequel film, yes, to The Sopranos. It will be coming out in September of 2020. The show One Day at a Time has been canceled over on Netflix. Actress Ariel Kebbel is set to play Amelia, which is Angelina Jolie's role in that new Bone Collector pilot, which they're calling Lincoln. So that is what the official show will be called, is Lincoln. And then Ariel will be playing the role that Angelina Jolie was in the movie The Bone Collector. I'm excited about this. I actually really like The Bone Collector, so it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I'm kind of stoked at them turning it into a TV series. And Ariel's somebody you've seen before. She pops up in a lot of stuff, so good for her getting a lead role like that. Let's see here. What else we got? Chris Messina and R.J. Seiler are ready for a new film called Dark Cargo. Hallmark Channel has officially cut ties with Lori Loughlin after that college admissions scandal we talked about. She is also not going to be coming back for the final season of Fuller House. Oh, Aunt Becky, why do you do these things? Why do you do these things? I'm excited about this news. This was a pleasant surprise that went down this past Friday. James Gunn officially back to direct Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. How awesome is that? Remember, he was fired almost a year ago because of some old-ass tweets that he did 10 years ago that was out of context. He apologized, and they still fired him. And they said, nope, we got to make an example out of this guy. So he left. He kind of hung low for a bit, and then he met with DC, and then DC hired him. He's writing and directing The Suicide Squad for Warner Brothers, and then now, boom, they have worked it out, and they're giving him a second chance, and he is back over at Marvel Studios to direct Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Now, to set some clarifications, he has already been obligated to Warner Brothers to do the new Suicide Squad movie. So James says, don't worry, I'm going to do Suicide Squad first, and when I'm done with that, I will move back over to Marvel, and we will shoot Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm excited about this. This is meaning he is going to direct a DC movie, then a Marvel movie, literally back to back. How incredible is that? Very cool for James Gunn. I'm glad he's been vindicated. The whole cast wanted him back. Everybody wanted him back. They pushed back Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because they didn't know who the hell they were going to get to direct it. There was a lot of rumors out there, especially Taika Waititi, who turned it down, supposedly. But in a real funny tweet, he retweeted an article saying that James Gunn was back, and he was like, what? I thought I was going to direct it, which I thought was the best tweet ever, because there were so many rumors about that. Marvel says that they never offered the job to anybody else, because they were always hoping that they would work it out with James, and they did, and I think the world is a better place. Let me read James Gunn's statement real quick. He said, quote, I am tremendously grateful to every person out there who has supported me over the past few months. I am always learning and will continue to work at being the best human being I can be. I deeply appreciate Disney's decision, and I am happy and excited to continue making films that investigate the ties of love that bind us all. I have been and continue to be incredibly humbled by your love and support. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Love to you all. That is the official statement from James Gunn himself, coming back. Like I said, he will do Guardians of the Galaxy 3 after he does Suicide Squad. Now, the speculation I've seen a lot of articles popping up saying 2023 at the earliest for Guardians. I don't think that that's correct. I wouldn't be shocked though if it's 2022. So I'm not even going that much sooner. I just feel like, okay, we're in 2019 right now. He is going to take basically the rest of this year to do Suicide Squad, probably half of next year to put it together and get it out. Then he'll start filming Guardians, which probably won't start filming to the end of 2021, and then probably the film will come out summer of 2022. That's my guess. So that's probably best case scenario at this point. The good thing is that the script is already done for Guardians 3. You might have to tweak it a little bit depending on what else goes on in the MCU between now and then. But the script is done, so he really just needs to finish Suicide Squad, and then he can just jump over and start filming. So they might be able to fast track it a bit, but it's going to be a couple years. So, but welcome back, James. Pretty damn awesome. I'm super excited about that. The DC Universe streaming app is doing a pretty cool thing where you can watch the first episodes of their original series right now for free, which means Titans, Doom Patrol, and the cartoon one that they have. what the fuck is the cartoon one? Young Justice Outsiders. So, so you could watch the first episodes of those right now for free and see if you want to maybe sign up for the app. I have the app. I think it's awesome. Titans and Doom Patrol are worth it alone. So, give it a whirl. The CW's Nancy Drew pilot has added Freddie Prinze Jr. as Carson Drew. Matt Reeves has confirmed that filming will start before the end of the year for his new Batman movie. We have everything coming and going to Amazon Prime Video in April. Same thing for Hulu in April. Actress Ana de Armas is in early talks to play Marilyn Monroe in Andrew Dominik's new film Blonde. Howard A. Rodman's The Great Eastern is set to get a film adaptation. FBI is doing their spin-off episode for their FBI Most Wanted, and that will have a backdoor pilot through the FBI show directly here coming up within the next couple months. Netflix has acquired the global rights to a new Taiwanese horror drama called Green Door. HBO has officially announced their final episode debut dates and final run times, so check that out if you are interested. Apple has greenlit Pinchico, a series adaptation based on the New York Times bestseller. 6 Alien short films are coming to celebrate the film's 40th anniversary, so that'd be pretty cool. Millie Bobby Brown is set to star in a new film based on the young adult novel called The Thing About Jellyfish. Yes, that's what it's called. We have an article up talking about the original ending for Captain Marvel, which I thought was pretty interesting, so check that out if you wanted to see how the film was originally going to end. Rupert Wyatt says before he left the Gambit movie that he was looking to do a Godfather-inspired and set in the 70s type of film. Very interesting take there for Gambit, which we will probably never see the light of day. Let's see here. YouTube star Lily Singh is going to be taking over for Carson Daly's NBC late night spot that he's been doing and that he is leaving. American Gods has been renewed for season 3 already. Season 2 had only aired 1 episode, and they've already renewed it for season 3, so good for them. Even though I'm struggling with American Gods season 2 right now. I love season 1, and season 2 is just not cooking for me at this point, but we'll see how it ramps up. The 3rd Annabelle movie is officially coming. That's right, it will be released on June 28th, and the film is officially titled Annabelle Comes Home. So there you go. Elizabeth Lail from You, Netflix's You, is set to star in STX's new horror film Countdown. A new political thriller called The Hunt has just added Ike Barinholtz as a co-star. We have a whole article up with Rupert Wyatt talking about why he left Showtime's Halo TV series. Ezra Miller is going to be co-writing the Flash movie script with comic writer Grant Morrison. That's right. Ezra Miller teaming up with Grant Morrison to rewrite the Flash movie script. So this is pretty interesting news that just dropped a couple days ago as well. We know that we've been struggling getting this new Flash movie up and running. They've been through a couple directors, a couple different scripts, trying to find the sweet spot. Now, right now, the directors of the film want to do a more lighthearted, kind of almost comedy version. Ezra Miller wants to do kind of a darker movie. So they're trying to meet in the middle somewhere, and that's why they need to rewrite this script. So they're working on it together. Supposedly, if they land on a script that they like, everything will be all well and good, and we will move forward. If we still can't figure out a script that works for everybody, Ezra Miller could actually leave the role because his contract is up in May. Remember, he was supposed to already have done a Flash movie. He was probably already supposed to have done a Justice League 2, and he hasn't done anything because they keep pushing everything back. So his contract actually expires in May. So we'll see where everything goes leading up to this. But hopefully he sticks around. He wants to do it, and they want to make a good script. So that's kind of where we're at now. And we'll see what Grant Morrison and him can come up with. The Curse of La Llorona has been confirmed to be in the Conjuring universe. Why not, right? Sounds good. We should make all horror movies in the Conjuring universe. Let's see here. We have Everything Wrong with Monsters and Aliens. Monsters vs. Aliens, sorry. We have the Red Band trailer for Good Boys, which is pretty damn hilarious. We also have the Red Band trailer for Booksmart, which looks pretty funny as well. The second trailer for Long Shot has been released also, so check that out as well. Remember, all the trailers are on amiontheair.com. Click on the trailers tab and you can check these all out. Alright, if you saw the movie Fighting With My Family, the girl that plays Paige in the movie, the main actress, Florence Pugh, she's phenomenal. I thought she was so good in the movie, and I could see her becoming a real big star. She is in talks to join the Black Widow movie, and she might actually even be the villain, which I think is awesome, because she could be some badass new Russian spy that Black Widow's got to go against, especially if this maybe is a prequel. Who knows? Maybe she's playing young Scarlett Johansson. I don't know what they're doing here. The rumor is that she might be the villain, but she's awesome, and I'm very excited about this casting news. We have an article up with Dune 1984 versus Dune 2020. They started filming the new Dune movie. It is star-studded, as we've talked about the casting for weeks now. This article is very cool because you can see who was who in the 1984 version and who's going to be playing them in the new 2020 version. So check that article out. Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield are set to lead Universal Pictures' new film, The Photograph. Now, I talked earlier about how Netflix is going to be doubling down on these choose-your-own-adventure type shows, right? Well, the first one is coming right away. Netflix has announced It's You versus Wild. It will be their next Netflix interactive series, and it's going to be, what's his name? Bear? Or whatever? Hold on. Yeah, Bear Grylls. So you know him from the NBC show and stuff. This Netflix show will let you decide what he eats and what he encounters. That's right. It'll be a choose-your-own-adventure where you will pick and choose what direction he goes throughout the show, picking what he eats, what he goes up against. Oh, I want you to fight a bear. Ding! So, very interesting way to go with it, but that's the next choose-your-own-adventure from Netflix. Actress Miranda Richardson is joining the HBO Game of Thrones prequel pilot. There's the new Netflix comedy called Desperados, and they've just added Anna Camp, Robbie Amell, and a couple other actors to the new romantic comedy. Blackish has cast a flashback episode which could lead to the prequel spinoff. We talked about that before, based around Rainbow's life, and now they've casted a couple actors to play the mom and dad in a flashback episode, and if it goes well, it could be the backdoor pilot, and they'll be the ones kind of spearheading that if they go forward with it. Wayward Children, that's right, the Sci-Fi Channel and Legendary Pictures are developing a new series adaptation of Wayward Children. Raised by Wolves, Matias Varela is joining Ridley Scott's new sci-fi series. Chinese mountain climbing epic Climbers has officially landed Jackie Chan and Wu Jing to the film. So that's pretty awesome. We have the brand new poster for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the new Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, Quentin Tarantino poster. So that was just released. We have it up on our Instagram, so make sure you're following us there so you can check out these posters as they drop. And, of course, they're on our Twitter and our Facebook page as well. Warner Brothers chairman and CEO Kevin Tsujihara is set to step down as studio chief. Little no-no action going on over here, man. Getting in trouble. Bumblebee producer says that the sequel will be infused with more Bayhem. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. I really liked Bumblebee. Now, by the way, Bumblebee comes out on digital tomorrow, and I've already pre-ordered it, and I'm very excited to watch it with my daughter. Great movie. Feels like E.T. from the 80s. Fun film. My biggest takeaway from that, though, was that the film did not have enough action. It's a kind of boring movie at a lot of parts because it's very slow. If you read the article, they're saying they want to find that sweet spot of still keeping that heart and keeping that connection of what Bumblebee did, but also ramping up the action a bit and doing a tad bit more in that area to really bring it all together, because they said the fan base was divided. Half the fan base that doesn't like the Michael Bay films really enjoyed Bumblebee, but then a lot of the Michael Bay films didn't like Bumblebee because it didn't have enough action. So they're trying to find that sweet spot in the middle. I love that they call it Bayhem. But that was my reaction. If you go back and listen to my review, I loved the movie. I gave it 4 stars, but I felt like it really lacked action. And knowing that they're coming away from it saying we know we need to ramp up the action in the next one, but still kind of keep that emotional connection and that heart with the characters, perfect. You found the recipe. Let's move forward. So there you go. Let's see here. Anson Mount, who plays Captain Pike in Star Trek Discovery, will be exiting at the end of Season 2. So yes, he will not be back. Rachel Bilson is set to star as the bride in Fox's Wedding Night dramedy pilot. And a new show is being put together called Adam and Eve. It'll be a comedy pilot over on Fox, and has just cast Ryan Hansen and Odette Annabelle as Adam and Eve. So there you go. I will definitely watch this one. You know, Ryan Hansen's one of those guys that just pops in and out of things. Sometimes he's really funny, sometimes he's miscast. But Odette Annabelle, wow, talk about one of the hottest women in the world. She's also a badass action person. She's funny. She can do horror. She's a great actress, and I would love to see her in this. So I will support anything she does. Shout out to her role in Banshee. She was so incredible on that show. So I'm always glad to see her get new work. And that's the last piece of news, ladies and gentlemen. So we went a little bit longer, 45 minutes, but hey, we're caught up to speed in all the latest and greatest of entertainment news. So let's switch gears to what comes out this week, and we'll wrap up some box office, and we'll get on out of here. Out on Blu-ray and DVD tomorrow will be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Mary Poppins Returns, 2 of which have already been available for weeks on digital. I already have both of them. We just watched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse over the weekend. Such a great movie. So definitely get digital, guys. It comes out a lot earlier than Blu-ray. There's no reason to wait for physical media. Right, friggins? That's right. In theaters this Friday will be Us, like we talked about, Jordan Peele's new film, Us, which looks super creepy and is going to be awesome. I will see it Friday night, and we'll see how that goes. And then I'll see that early screening of Shazam, baby. Doesn't open until April 5th everywhere else, but I will check it out this Saturday on me birthday. Here's box office, top 10. Coming in number 10 is Green Book with 1.3 mil. Number 9 is Alita Battle Angel with 1.9. Number 8 is The Lego Movie 2, the second part, with 2.1 mil. Number 7 is Captive State with 3.2 million. Bombing in the number 7 spot for a new release. Number 6 is No Manches Frida 2 with 3.9 mil. Number 5 is Tyler Perry's A Medea Family Funeral with 8.1 million. Number 4 is How to Train Your Dragon The Hidden World with 9.3 mil. Number 3 was another new release debut, which was 5 Feet Apart, making a pretty good debut at 13.2 mil for a little movie like that. Number 2 was Wonder Park, making 16 mil in its debut. And number 1, once again, it's Captain Marvel for the second week in a row. This week it makes another $69.3 million and another $120 million internationally. This movie is already almost at $800 million in just 2 weeks. This thing's definitely going to cross the $1 billion mark. Very happy for Captain Marvel, which, by the way, I made my new updated MCU list. A lot of people have been asking me, well, Captain Marvel's been out, you've talked about it, where does it fall on your list of the MCU, right? I always rank the MCU. There's 21 films in it. Captain Marvel has slid into my number 14 spot out of 21. So I'll run it down real quick. Why not? It's my show. Number 21, Captain America, The First Avenger. Number 20, Iron Man 3. Number 19, The Incredible Hulk. Number 18, Iron Man 2. Number 17, Thor The Dark World. Number 16, Thor. Number 15, Doctor Strange. Number 14, Captain Marvel. Number 13, Ant-Man. Number 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Number 11, Black Panther. Number 10, Iron Man. Number 9, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Number 8, Spider-Man Homecoming. Number 7, Thor Ragnarok. Number 6, Captain America The Winter Soldier. Number 5, Captain America Civil War. Number 4, Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 3, Avengers Age of Ultron. Number 2, the original Avengers. And number 1, Avengers Infinity War. That's right, baby. That's the Marvel Cinematic Universe countdown from me. Captain Marvel sliding into that 14th spot. Alrighty, my friends, that will do it for us as we got through another week's worth of entertainment news. And I thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Hey, let's do some social media shout-outs, why don't we? Our official webpage is amiontheair.com, as always. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/amiontheair. Follow us on Twitter at amiontheair. Follow me on Twitter at dxdonmega. Make sure you follow me on Stardust. Stardust is an awesome app that has 30-second mini video reviews. And I do a lot of them on there for trailers, movies, TV shows. Definitely follow me along. I will follow you back. Go on Stardust. Download it for your iOS, your Android, don't matter. Tablet. Follow me at Don Mega. Simply Don Mega. DONMEGA. Alright? Yes, we are available on iTunes. Download, rate, subscribe. Please leave a rating. That would help me out so much. If iTunes ain't your thing, don't you worry. We are always streaming on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, on Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn, Google Play Podcast. We are all over the interwebs. Make sure you follow us along there and support. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube, all at Am I On The Air. And thank you to our great affiliates over at RedDragonsRadio.com. Follow on Twitter at RedDragonsRadio. Lots of great podcasts streaming over there. All the time. So always on demand on Red Dragons Radio. That'll do it for me on this Monday night, March the 18th. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to talk to y'all next week as we talk Jordan Peele's Us and we talk Shazam 2 weeks early and my birthday. Alright, so I hope y'all have an awesome week. Take care of yourselves and each other. And until next time, y'all. Peace!
Bye, everybody.
Red Dragons!
Red Dragon.